What's up, Lions Nation? It is the Soul Man, the Stat Man. We are here, and it is not Victory Monday today. It is not Victory Monday. It is holy hell. What happened Monday? And we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about how bad we were.
We haven't been used to one of these shows in a while.
No,
But it was the complete opposite of anything that's been going on. I got all the numbers, everything, so we can take a look at that. First off, again, thanks everybody for subscribing. We're at that 218 mark, so on that way to 500. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe with all your Lions friends out there. Let them know about us. Steven in the house says hello.
hey, Dad, what's up?
Perry says, good to see you guys.
What's up, Perry?
Logan, nice try in fantasy football.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna win after my team played like crap.
It was really close until A.J. Brown started unloading towards the end of that game. All right, Stat Man. So obviously the Lions went into Baltimore. Well, or did they? Because that wasn't the Lions that I remember seeing prior to this. What happened? What do you think? What's going on there?
I think just everything fell apart from the beginning. I mean, you come out on offense and have 3 straight 3-and-outs, keep your defense out on the field. You can't expect anything less besides that Ravens offense to just take over, and that's exactly what happened. We couldn't get anything going.
It was from the start. It was from the very start of the game. They just boom, and it never stopped, and we couldn't do anything about it. Nothing. And some of the numbers.
Well, what I was frustrated the most about is the Ravens came out hot on offense. They came out, they marched down the field, they scored on us. Goff and the Lions offense needed to come out and answer that, but they couldn't. They come out and get a quick 3-and-out. And then our defense gets scored on again. And then we come out, 3-and-out. And then we get scored on again. And then it was, 3-and-out.
We couldn't do anything. Absolutely nothing. Dane's in the house, says, yo, what's up, Dane?
What's up, Dane?
I mean, we would have had to come out, like you said, in that right afterwards. I expected us to come out and do something like we have been, and we completely did nothing. Absolutely nothing. We couldn't barely run the ball. The passing game wasn't there. Jared Goff was way off. Our defense, where were they at? They were just not anywhere in the game. No pressure hardly at all. And then Jackson would just move a little bit, and every time they threw the ball, there was nobody around. Their receivers were catching it with 20-yard buffers the whole game. You'd think that would have been an adjustment at halftime, but it wasn't. Like, it was the same. Like, oh my God.
Have you seen what happened every time we'd get pressure? Defensive end or whoever the pass rusher was that was getting pressure on Lamar Jackson, let him get the edge.
Yep.
As soon as he got the edge, he started dancing around. He bought himself, 10-plus seconds every time he was stepping back to throw the ball. When you have 10 seconds to throw the ball, that's a lot of time for the receivers to make quite a few moves out there to get themselves open. And that's what was happening is all the eyes got drawn down on Jackson like, oh, shit, he's running. And then, whoop, right over top.
Every time. It was like that. Whoop, every single time.
It was like playing backyard football. I mean, it was like a prime example of backyard football. It was almost like 7-on-7s out there.
I mean, if you look at the schedule, I thought this game was going to be tough. I thought this was going to be a tough game for us. I thought that we would have to contain and we'd have to do something with Lamar Jackson, which I thought we would be able to. I thought we'd be able to get pressure, good pressure, and I thought we'd get some sacks on him. But no, even Hutchinson was not relevant in the game hardly at all. It just seemed like, I don't know. It just seemed like they were just they weren't there almost, if I could say it that way. It just seemed like they weren't there. It was weird.
Well, even when we got the ball back on a turnover that Hutchinson recovered the fumble, I was like, okay, we can get a score here before halftime. Get the ball back to start the second half. We'll be down 2 scores at that point because it was 28-0. And we couldn't even do that. Our offense just looked pathetic. And I don't know what it was about offensively, but Goff was getting pressured nonstop. We weren't protecting him. And it didn't matter who was coming at him. And they were just doing easy, like, very simple stunts with the defensive linemen. And they were getting pressure every time.
And we have one of the best offensive lines in the league. We have, what do we have? The number 1 at that time, the number 1 or 2 rushing defense in the league.
Yeah.
Where was that? Like, I don't understand what happened. I just don't get it.
But that's where I felt most of this game on our offense.
It's true. The offense couldn't keep the defense off the field at all. To me, when you watch the games prior to this, then you come up to this game. For me, it'd be different if it was, we were still in there. We were putting up some points, but we lost. It was a complete 180 from what we've been doing. That's what really throws me off is what the hell? Like, it's the same team. I don't. The only missing part is Montgomery.
Well, we didn't prepare good enough for the people that we had on the field. We didn't prepare good enough to make good enough plays, and we didn't perform well at every position on that field.
None of them.
If you look at the defensive coverage, looked at some of those receivers, we were 10 yards off the receiver every freaking wide open catches.
And they were even saying during the game, like Chris Olsen, Olsen, right? Yeah, he was the color commentator or analyst for that game. He was even saying that over and over again, like, why aren't they playing man or moving up their coverage? They're playing too far out for these short passes. But our defensive coordinator didn't adjust for that at all. It seemed like the second half, I was hopeful we'd come out in the second half and turn it around because we could have still won that game in the second half if we would have shut them down and started scoring points. But no, we didn't do anything. It was, I don't know what. Let's take a look. We got Jared Goff, 33 for 53, 284 yards, 1 INT, no touchdowns. Gibbs, 11 carries, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. St. Brown, 13 receptions, 102 yards, no touchdowns. Sam Laporta, 6 receptions, 52 yards, no touchdowns. Obviously, Jared Goff did not play well at all.
Well, there's something going on with the offense when the running back's only getting 11 carries and your quarterback's passing 53 times.
Because we couldn't run. But could we? Your brother had mentioned they ran, but they went away from it so fast. Like, they didn't even really try to run the ball. And that's what the Lions' specialty is, run the ball for that play action. We didn't even try. It's like they just gave up.
Why didn't they go up tempo?
Right.
Early in the game.
Pick up the pace. Like, there's so much they could have done that just didn't do anything. And Dan Campbell was so nonchalant about it too, that like he was frustrated, but he wasn't mad. I can see where some people are saying, if you look at the remainder of the schedule, we should be able to win a lot of these games, if not all of them. But I think Baltimore was our toughest task to the end of the season. Chargers might be tough. They're going to be a good one. But I'm talking about, okay, so we go up in the playoffs and we play a team like Baltimore that's capable of playing like Baltimore is, and we're just going to not show up and not play against a tougher opponent? Is that what's going to happen? Like, is that what we're looking forward to if we make the playoffs?
I think I feel bad for Las Vegas Raiders on Monday night. Because honestly, this is like a slap in Detroit's face. Like, hey, you're not unstoppable. You can be beat. Step up your game. And I honestly look for a complete destroying, dismantling of Las Vegas come Monday night.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a big rebound game. That's for sure. And that game was a slap. It was like a reality. Is our team good? Yes, they are. They're good. There's no denying it. But I mean, we beat the Chiefs, reigning Super Bowl champions. We beat them. We beat some good teams up to this point. The Ravens just had the better of us. They were ready. They were ready to play. The Lions were not. The defensive stats are. I mean, there's nothing here. Joseph had 9 tackles. Walker had 5 tackles. Buggs had 4 tackles. Hutchinson had 2 tackles. No sacks. No INTs. I mean, Hutchinson had a fumble recovery, but the defense just wasn't there. But they had to be out in the field almost the whole damn game.
That's where I blame the offense more than the defense on this game, because you can't expect our defense to play at a high level all game long, being on the field all game long.
Facebook user says, I had to listen to the whole game on radio. Hard to listen to.
Yeah.
It was one of those games where you almost wanted to not watch anymore, but because of you're a Lions fan, you just watch anyway. But man, that was something else. I was in shock, really. I wasn't expecting it. I think it was good for them to get knocked off their high horse. No team is unbeatable, and we were caught slacking. Basically, yeah. I mean, 100%. Now they need to take that little slap in the face and run the rest of the year. Like, don't let that ever happen again. If we lose, we lose. But not like that. That was horrible. Horrible.
It's a good learning experience. I'm not throwing in the towel on the Lions. We are a great team still.
Yeah.
We just ran into a buzzsaw team with the Ravens that honestly looked pretty pathetic last week before the Lions on offense, and then they just got it going.
It was going, and we just couldn't. The Lions could not figure out a way to stop it. They had no. I think there were ways if they would have adjusted something, but it's like they didn't even try to change anything that they were doing to try to come back. They just kept doing the same shit that wasn't working. And they just, well, that's it. Like, whatever.
And Perry says 3-game lead in the division, focus up, and they will be fine.
Yeah, I'm not, like I said, I'm not worried. It was a pretty big shock to see that. It's because of how they lost. It's because of the fact that it was like they weren't even trying on offense to do anything. Or it's like the defense wasn't even out there trying to cover people or stop plays from happening. Like, we can stop mobile quarterbacks. We've done it before. Like, what the hell? I don't know. It was just mind-boggling to me. Candace says hello, everyone. What's up, Candace?
Hello. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of a stunning game to watch, you know. I was a little sad, but
I'm going to bring up the team stats. This kind of has some good info in here. First downs, the Lions had 18. The Ravens had 23. Total yards, the Lions had 337. The Ravens had 503 yards. Yards per play, Lions 4.7. Ravens 9.1. Passing yards, the Lions had 253, Ravens 357. Rushing yards, 84 for the Lions, 146 for the Ravens. Both had 1 turnover. Lions had the time of possession 29 minutes, Ravens 30 minutes. Ravens had 12 yards per pass attempt compared to the Lions' 4 yards average. I put that in there at the end because I think that was a huge part of why we lost that game, is that yardage gap. 4 yards?
And the time of possession is kind of skewed because in the first half, it was literally all Ravens.
Yeah, that's what it says. I don't know, on ESPN. So that's what I went with. But I thought it was kind of weird, but maybe the Lions had a little more in the second half, even though they didn't score. We did have some drives where we went down the field, and then it just didn't score. But yeah, every time they were averaging 12 yards every time they threw the ball, or more, 20 yards even.
And the penalties killed us too in that game.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
There's some pretty crucial penalties on Penny Sewell on holding calls. And then there was a roughing the passer call. Who was that on? That was on Hutchinson. Mm-hmm. Diving at Lamar Jackson's legs.
We also had some penalties that weren't called on our behalf. I know at least there was 2. There was a face mask, I think, or am I thinking of Sunday Night Football?
No, Craig Reynolds got yanked by the face mask on a run that he went on. Got his head twisted right around. But you can't blame it on the penalties either. I mean, all the way around, we just played a horrible game.
Yeah, we did. We did.
And it seemed like at some points in time, our defensive backs were just lost. Like they didn't know what their assignments were.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Perry. None of them, though. None of them seem like the same players. The Ravens' offensive line is good, but it's not that good. The defensive line is okay, but it's not that good. Like, our offensive line is better than their defensive line. I had the stats gathered for the pregame, but on paper, we were better than they were in a lot of categories. And it didn't look – when it comes Sunday, we weren't. It was horrible. I watched it in red zone, and it was constantly Ravens scoring. It was.
Yes, it was ridiculously bad.
Yeah, and they did. I think Dan Campbell said it. They had a bad game. They just have to suck it up, Buttercup, and move on to the next one, and not let something like that happen again. Like I said, if we lose, we lose. But come on, 6 points for an offense that's been putting up 20 points a game in the first half. Here was my concern. In the first half, we were down. And I know how we are in the third quarter. So when we came out of halftime, I wasn't like super hopeful because of how we've been playing in the third quarter. Like, we can't make this up in one quarter in the fourth. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to be able to do that. So they're going to have to come out halftime and actually play like they come out in the first half, in the first quarter. But they were used to coming out. We're used to coming out, getting 20-point leads, keeping them, and they just got their ass handed to them.
Yep, plain and simple.
What they just gotta suck that up, learn from it, watch that film, come into not Oakland, but Raiders, Monday night, prime time, and show everybody that we're still who we said we are. But you already got people talking about the rest of the schedule and the Lions when they played a good team, this is what happens, which is, to me, is complete BS. Everybody's saying how good the Lions are. Even people in the media, the NFL people, they're all talking about it. It's not everybody sees it. I wish I could remember what Terry Bradshaw said, because he said something that stuck with me after the game, the post game, about the Lions, and I can't think now, but I should have remembered to wrote it down or something, because it was perfect. It summed it up perfectly. What's up, says Dar?
Every team has their bad day, I can say that.
Last time we won a playoff game, or last time we lost that bad, we won a playoff game in 1991. I think they're going to take that loss, and I don't see the Lions losing like that again. I don't see them letting that happen again.
No.
The players even. I bet the players are pissed. Man, it was horrible. I work with Cowboy and Saints fans, so they talk trash all day.
Cowboys got blown out by the Niners. Cowboys fans can't really talk.
For all you Packers haters out there, you guys just got beat by the Broncos. So how about that?
The Broncos, that got smoked 70-20 by the Dolphins. That's why they say any given Sunday.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting us to go undefeated. I wasn't expecting us not to lose a few games, but I still think we're going to win the division. I don't see us not winning the division still. Like, it's not that everybody's making a big deal out of it. It's not, yeah, we lost. We got our ass whooped. They got their ass whooped. They got their butts handed to them. Wake up call, Lions. Turn it around. Like, it's
I think
not
12
the
and
end of the
5.
world.
12 and 5 is what I still think they're going to end.
They went away from the run too early. Only 3 run plays in the first half. You have to establish the run. You can't pass all game against a top 5 passing D. Exactly. I think I brought that up earlier, Dara. I mentioned you because you said that to me. It's exactly what happened. And then we were one-dimensional. Nope, Lions can't run today, so we'll just – where was Craig Reynolds? If Jahmyr Gibbs isn't the answer, put Craig Reynolds in there. He could power through some runs. They didn't use him enough either. It's like we don't have Montgomery, so we're not running today? Like, what the hell? There was an injury. I can't – what's that guy's name? He got his leg hurt in the game. He was a newer player. I can't think of
Muhammad Ibrahim or something like that.
Yeah, he had to have surgery on his hip. So he's going to be out for some time. I just want to make sure I mentioned that because I seen that earlier. So tough. What was he like? Was that his
running back
first go though? Isn't that what they said? Was that his first?
Yeah, he's a rookie.
Start? That was his first start, and that was his very first play or something like that, and that's what happened. Hopefully, it humbles the team and they come back swinging. Oh, they're going to come back swinging. I have no doubt. Like I told you, Statman, the only thing that really worries me is when we get to the playoffs, are we going to be able to compete in the playoffs, or is that the Lions team that we're going to see?
We got to watch out for a team like the Eagles. They got a good running quarterback, make plays on his feet, and he's got a good surrounding cast too.
Have you seen the Eagles play lately? I have to ask you this one question. The play with Jalen Hurts sneaks the ball. They all push him. What are your thoughts on that play? Do you think the NFL should get rid of that?
I mean, it's been part of the game for a long time. You look at running backs trying to gain extra yardage, the offensive linemen come up and give them a push in the back to try to push them forward. I think the refs need to call it dead a little bit quicker so you're not running the risk of a quarterback getting hurt and something like that. And I think it's dangerous for the quarterback.
The Dolphins are definitely a scary football team. Victor says it's unstoppable. That's what people are. That's why I wanted to bring it up because I just thought about it. But a lot of people are talking about that you just can't stop that play no matter what you do. You can't stop it. It just gets the yard every time. Like, that's why a lot of people are talking about trying to get rid of that. But I don't know. It was just crossed my mind. So I just wondered what you thought on it. So we got Raiders coming up next. We got some division games. I think the Chargers are going to be, which they haven't been super hot either. I don't think they're going to. So I was thinking, I wanted to let everybody know, I'll cross my thought with you here. For the bye week, maybe we come on and kind of look at the schedule a little bit and, talk about that since we won't have a game that week, but maybe we could still come on and talk about the schedule and things like that. At least give you guys something to watch anyway. Yeah, the Eagles have perfected that play. They sure have. What did you think about Rodrigo playing fullback? Statman.
I mean, he's got the build for it.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was interesting. I'm surprised he's not out on defense more. Like, he was good last year. I don't understand what happened. Like, they're just like, you're not good enough now.
Derek Barnes has really stepped up and taken over that starting position.
Yeah, I guess you got to play. I mean, you got to earn the spot. So he must have did better than. Oh, we already got that one. Yeah, so we'll try to bring you guys. Remember, like, share, subscribe. We're at 218 on that march to 500. We will try to bring you guys something on the bye week, whether it's talking schedule or something like that. We'll definitely be back. And sorry about last week and this week. Things got a little hectic with us and our schedules. So, but we are here, and glad you guys could all join us.
Yeah, and I'm not singing the fight song tonight either.
No, I wouldn't. That's what the problem was. That's why they lost.
Because I didn't sing the fight song the night before.
Yep, they lost because of that. So we're gonna blame it on you, Stat Man.
It's my fault,
It's all your
guys.
fault.
Taking all the blame for the Lions' loss.
What is that behind you
What?
on the wall? What is that?
It's like a brass.
Oh, that's pretty sweet. Sorry, I just seen it in the corner of my eye. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, it's the lion sign I got from my Uncle Joe that passed.
Awesome. So next schedule will be Sunday night. Next week, Sunday night for pregame, Tuesday night for postgame.
Or you should say this Sunday.
Yes, this Sunday. That's what I meant. Thank you, Stat Man. Always got my back. Wait, it's that time. We're gonna hop off here. Yeah, Statman's not singing the song. No. But hey, we want to thank everybody for jumping on and watching us. Hopefully the Lions will come back, get themselves back on track after that. For myself and the Statman, you guys all have an awesome night. Go watch Monday Night Football, and we will see you guys all Sunday night.
Thanks for joining We Are Lions Nation. Have a good night.
One pride.
One pride.
Dad, I want to say hi.